Audio check 2. Check, check, check. Audio check 2. Check, check, check. Hey, it works. All right. Good morning, everybody. All four of you. There we go. Haven't been on YouTube in a long time, as most of you are well aware. But today, I'm working on a tote bag for a very close friend of ours. Actually, a former bag maker, and she gifted a bunch of her supplies to us. So I thought, well, hey, let me make you a tote bag and for giving us all these cool supplies. So this doesn't mean much to you, but basically I've made a similar bag like this. Actually made it for Shelby. It's her work bag, but it's going to be pretty similar to that, but in dimensions such as this. It's like, I think it's 10 by 12 by 4. We don't have a size like this, so I basically, did all the CAD work and all that stuff, and then I 3D printed a template to cut out the main leather panels, and this will also work for the liner. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but it's joined in the center with kind of a tongue and groove type setup. I actually have another video that showed how I did that. I also in my downtime in the last few days, printed a couple other templates that's going to be handy. And this is going to be the center pocket here. Template for that. Use that for the leather and the liner. And I also printed off a couple of these little gizmos. And basically that's just going to assist me in locating the straps on the panel itself. And so it'll be, it's exactly the same size as here, so I can just jig it up to the corner and I know exactly where it's going to go on the panels, so they're the same. And then I've made this out of this is Bontext, and this is going to assist me in locating the overlay on the liner. And then of course this template is for the Bontext, which I've already cut out 2 of those. This size is the leather, which is about a 1/2 inch larger than the Bontext. And then this one is going to be for the recessed zipper. And it's a little long, but that's okay. We can modify it as needed. I didn't know what the geometry was. I was too lazy to come up to measure it, but if it's too long, then I can, whoa, look at this. It's House Cow. What are you doing? This is Mr. Odin. He's kind of a scaredy cat. Can you sit? Can you say hi to YouTube? That's Mr. Odin. That's the House Cow. He's just over a year old when we rescued him. He's Catahoula and apparently Dane, but I'm not sure. He is a pretty big boy. He's a good boy. He's a big boy, but he's a good boy. Anyway. So, need to cut a couple panels, and I'm going to cut some straps, the base, skive it up, and probably at least get to that point today, and then we'll go from there. And then all this is just going to be for an interior slip pocket. I can just use whatever. It doesn't. I'm kind of bored making templates, so I'll make something. But anyway, let's switch this up and to some other view, like that one, and we'll go from there. And just so you know, all this stuff is done laid out in AutoCAD. This was just a rough sketch drawing that I did, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago. But I wanted to just kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like. I don't know if I'll do, probably, because I kind of like the look of it. This is the last bag that I made, but I'll probably put some rivets in there just for decoration, like I did on this bag, but obviously on the front. So that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get anybody visiting on a Wednesday or not, but I thought I'd swing by and see if anybody wanted to stop by and chat or have, see what's up. And also wanted to show you this. So I'm actually gonna make 2 of these bags, and I'll let her choose which one she wants, but this is the leather color. It's kind of this orangey, real fine pebble leather. It's probably 3 ounces-ish. Yep, just over 3 ounces with this fabric. This is going to be kind of a wild looking bag. And then there's this one, which I think we'll start with this one. I'll do this one on camera. This is kind of I don't know, I call it pink, but it might not be pink with this liner here. So we'll do that one. First thing I need to do is probably clear off some space here so I can cut some straps. I'm going to cut the straps first. There's a bunch of them. Hey Diane, I am working on a tote bag for a dear friend of ours. I'll just show you real quick. This is the panel layout here. It's probably 11 by 12 by 4, and this will be the front panel. We'll have two straps coming up with a slip pocket on the front, and then, you know, like an 11 or 12 inch drop shoulder straps. So it's just a regular style tote bag, of course, with a round bottom. And this is the basic prototype, so I could verify my geometry was all correct, and it was. And it'll be this size. Of course, there's no details on it, but just a basic tote. That's what we're working on today. But I gotta cut some straps first. Before I get too out of control here. Alright, let's throw everything on the ground. Hi Barbie. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's gonna have this is gonna be the liner here. It shows up kind of orange on camera, I think, but maybe not, I don't know. But there's the liner for it. It's gonna be loud. And then I'm also making the exact same one with this orange color, which is gonna be kind of cool. So I'll make 2 of them. Yeah, I'm so glad you could catch me too. I don't usually do, well, I haven't done any videos forever, but you know that. So I'm gonna cut some straps first. This is a big old hide. Let me see if I can do something different here. Stand by. Whoops, sorry about that. The joy of YouTube and lives. I got a fun new toy I'm going to be messing around with. How does that look like? That looks terrible. Let's see. Some POV style videos. Let's see how that works out. I've done them in the past, and some people didn't like it because you get a lot of shaky, but I think we're going to overcome the shakiness. So bear with me here. Hang on. Let's see. That's good enough. I'm not a film director. Possibly. It'll possibly be for sale. But I could probably make another one. I got plenty of material here. I could probably make another one if you'd like. I almost want to cut this in half, but I know as soon as I do that, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot. think my ruler's that long. I'm probably gonna have to cut it. Yeah, I have this 4x8 sheet of this cutting mat. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. I don't care. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it. It's too long. I'll do something with it. But it's pretty much, you know, the old horizontal surface syndrome. You know, the more horizontal space you have on the table, more crap you put on it. Yeah, that's what we got going on here. Every time Shelby comes up here, she just cringes how much junk I have laying around. That's okay. All right, I like that. Let's take this here. Yeah, I need a I definitely need a better setup with this. I've talked Shelby into doing the filming for me. So I can do recorded videos a little easier. Let's see what that is. That better? I don't know, you guys, whatever. Anyway. So we're going to do that again. I just think it makes a lot more of a fluid situation where you don't have to worry about the camera or anything. You can just do your thing and talk or whatever you want to do, and then, you know, just do stuff, and then have the camera lady worry about all the angles and different shots and stuff like that versus stopping and starting and repositioning cameras, or worried about this or that. It's just kind of nonsense. If you're wondering where I got this ruler, I'm pretty sure I got it from Harbor Freight like a bunch of years ago. One thing I like to do, if you try this, or maybe you're already trying it, is I like to take at the end here, just take another piece of leather, same thickness as that would be ideal, and just stick it underneath the ruler like there, and then pin it down with one of these random wood clamps. And then you can start at that end and cut the whole thing, and it won't move on you. So you just pin it down on one end here, and that works out pretty slick. but I need to move it because it has to be fairly close to the edge. This has this great big 2x6 here on the end. And I always just cut off a little extra. You know, you try to get the hide to relax a little bit, but I always just cut off a little, like I said, cut off a little extra. It's kind of wasteful, but then I know my straps are absolutely perfect. I don't have to worry about it. Butting it up to another piece or whatever. You can just cut this exactly. This is 2 inches. So I mean, I guess if you had a rule that was whatever dimension you want your straps to be. I'm gonna cut 3 of them. I don't know how many I need, but probably should have just figured that out. Quite a bit, actually. Let's see. 23.5 times 4 equals 94. I need a bunch of them. Let's see, 50. Man. I'm going to cut 3 for now, and then I'll worry about the shoulder straps later. You know, the real trick of this is skiving this. If you have super long ones, that's where your nerves come in. I mean, obviously I'm not going to skive this 8 feet long, or however long this, whoops. Let's see, went crazy there. We'll cut them to the right length, but even at 30 inches or whatever. Oh, did you guys all get to see the dog? Oh yeah, you see him on camera right now. That's Mr. Odin. That's the house cow. That's our new shop dog. Isn't that right, Odin? Anyhow, let's see how much I can do, how long I can be doing this kind of stuff. I haven't really been doing anything for, I don't know, seems like months, but certainly haven't been up here making any kind of bags or anything. got there? Let me cut out a couple of panels. I got a pretty decent sized 3D printer, but it's not big enough to print this. This is like rough dimensions, 14.5 by 13. So I printed this in 2 pieces. Kind of a trick little setup. This is the sample right here. I have like I said, I have another video on how I designed these little interlocking systems. Might be a little too much. It's probably could use half this amount, but then you can just snap this together, kind of like a Lego, and then bango. It's the dimensions are very accurate. Kind of cool. 3D printed templates are not my favorite, but that's what I have available to use these days. So that's what we're going to do. Kind of the beauty of them is you don't have to wait, you know, to have something made or whatever. Or you make a mistake or something like that, you just go print a new one. I mean, you gotta wait for the print, but ain't no big deal. All right, need 2 of these. Set things down nicely. Don't slam things. Uno! All right, now while I have this piece here, I'll just cut out the base bit. In the pocket. And the I'm not going to mess with that. We're ways off from that. What are you whining about, Odin? All right, there's that. It's a whiny shop dog. I don't know why I just did that. I put away all my weights when I need them. The doctor says I can lift up to 40 pounds. These aren't quite 40, but pretty close. Heavy. That's why I use the brass. Very heavy. And a small package. Done with this until I need the liner. Gotta have Diet Coke. Yeah, so I'll be able to get another bag out of this. Hopefully. I don't know. Probably close actually. With the straps. Man, I could do a different strap configuration. Maybe connectors. You can just mix it up, whatever kind of bag you want, really. I mean, also do like here. I have a bunch of different configurations. And here. I'm also working on a bowler type with some pretty crazy geometry on it that is based on the same platform as this is our Loki design. So the base geometry is pretty much the same. But the beauty of it is you can mix it up. You can just remix these and do a bunch of different alternates, you know. You could do that kind of style. You could do some rolled handles. With this style of connector. Or a zip top with the same type of connector. Or you could do just riveted on, or man, I've done so many different ways. Well, this is kind of a prototype, but and then I'll get back to work, I promise. Or you could do just like this, connected. This is our ace. Everybody asked me about this design. When are we gonna get a pattern for it? I don't know. I've been saying for years I'm gonna design patterns that people can buy, or I'll give them away or whatever, and it just never happens. Maybe someday. Because I have to redesign the whole thing so everybody can make them, because otherwise you're going to be hand stitching the base on. Alright, what else do I need? We got 2 panels, we got the base, and straps, so I need a pocket. I think I'm just going to put one. I'll just put one pocket on. The back side will just be blank. Hopefully this works, because I didn't test this. It works on paper. We're about to find out. Hopefully it's long enough. So I'll run a couple of stitches on the top here, maybe a double line of stitching, and then the straps with the connectors, these aren't them obviously, will sit up here like this. Pocket will sit underneath the straps like so. and the bottoms will be folded under the base. So that's, if you can visualize it, that's how it's going to look. Real simple. Real simple. All right, so there's pockets. I guess I got to do this because you can do nothing without the straps. Yeah. Ooh. Everybody's having a good day. Oh, also, this is these are my preferred type of connector. I really like the square ones, but they're kind of hard to find, and when I do find them, the quality sometimes is not there. I got these from Buckle Guy, and their quality is always awesome. The beauty of the removable bar, I'll show you on this prototype here. Another pattern that I never finished, but I have some stuff similar, is that you can stitch all the way to the end and then put your bar in, you know what I mean, at the end, like so. So you don't have to go over here and worry about running into your hardware. I wish they had square ones. That'd be really cool. But these will work great, especially when your straps are straight on a tote bag. If it was square, you're going to have a tendency for the strap at the end to kind of kick over like that. But with the radius, your strap will kind of move on the radius when you're pulling it. So this will be fine. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. That's kind of the fun of all this business is it's kind of fun working on the fly. I do that quite a bit. Just kind of wing it. I wonder if I can set this somewhere useful. Not on that. How about a box? No. Well, Shelby's layer cakes, I'll just throw them on the floor. Hopefully she's not listening. Is that worth a darn? Not really. Kind of sucks, but... Okay, my straps I've calculated. I need 2 at... Oh, I need 4 at 20. Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. 23 and a half 4 times. Good grief. This down here. Is that better? Not really. I need a dedicated camera person. Shelby, hit me. 23.5. Let's see, I got the end here pinned. I can't move the camera now. Rats. Anyway, one end of the ruler's pinned, so when I figure out, well, when I square off the one edge and then measure out to what I want, I can just swing it out of the way and cut it. There's no little tip. $23.5. Of course, that's not long enough. This is going to be terrible. Is that square? Square enough. All right, there's that. Yeah, I'll be able to get, I'm not sure I can make another bag out of that, to be honest with you. I'll try something small. Or multicolored. Maybe some contrasting color. Okay. There's these jobbers. I suppose I need this. Fire up the old Skyver, see if it works again. Or still. Of course it works. I need something to test. That's my good stuff. Where's my testing stuff? There we go. Let's see where we're at here. Probably going to take this down more than that. If you guys were interested in learning more about Skyvers, I have a pretty comprehensive video on my channel. It's a recorded video on pretty much the ins and outs of these standard 801 bell Skyvers. So that's why I made the video, so because everybody kept asking me. But anyway, let me sharpen this up. You might want to turn your volume down just a touch. All right, let's run with that. I'm also going to turn the vacuum on, so that's another trick I use to aspirate the leather out of the machine. So stand by. Noise coming on. Guess I could have muted my volume. Sorry, that's so obnoxious. All right, we got a pile of parts. Hey, Judith, long time no see. Anyway. Oh. I'll tell you what, you guys, everybody was ranting and raving about this stuff here. I finally broke down and bought, well, it's been a long time since I bought it, but this Hyperstick stuff, and I'm telling you, I have a huge aversion to the smell of this stuff, so I keep it in the bag. Oh man, I'm I use high flash solvent cement, and I way prefer the smell of that before this stuff. Woo! It's a doozy, man. And some of you guys were like, oh, I love the smell of it. You guys are crazy. It's terrible smelling. I don't know, maybe it'll, if I leave it out of the package, it'll outgas a little bit and not smell so bad, but I'm not sure. I can't stand it enough to try. Terrible stuff. Oh, this tape is old. Yeah, so anyway. Probably should have made these in advance and just sewn it together, but I might save that for the recorded videos. I don't know. Who knows? I just popped on here to say hi to everybody. See what's up. Let's see if I had an ounce of skill left. I've been melting my brain with documentaries and stuff for the last who knows how long. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, this tape is rough. Let me see if I have any of that new stuff in 1/2 inch. I don't think I do. Maybe. What is this? No, it's all quarter. Why didn't I buy any half? I bought 3 things of quarter, but no half. Ridiculous. Alright, well. Yeah, it's horrible stuff. Does it ever get better if you leave it out of the package? I'm wondering. I might just lock it up in a bedroom we don't use and see. If it'll outgas. Get rid of that smell. This is the tedious part of bag making. All these little tiny details. Oh, I kind of made a mistake already. I was going to reinforce the center. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'll do it on the other two straps. So, sorry, Barb, if your handles fall off, well, warranty is 5 feet or 5 seconds, whatever comes first. I'm just kidding. It'll be fine. But I will reinforce the other two. Oh, good grief, I'm bored of that already. I got 2 more to do. Let's see. Stand by. Hello, Mr. Odin. There it is. I wasn't calling you. Sorry. Sorry, bud. I don't have any treats. No snacks. Let's see. My brain. My brain. My brain. Hiba. 11 3/4. So remember that in case I forget, which I probably will. See, I almost did it again. Yes, Mr. Odin? Maybe I better order some stinky tape from in the 1/2-inch variety. As this stuff is about EOL. $11 3/4. Yeah, I'd never heard of Hyperstick tape either. I saw it on one of the groups. Everybody's raving about it, how awesome it is. And while it is great, it works good. It's just, man. Couldn't have timed that better. It's pretty brutal, stinky. I'll test out the Hyperstick in the 1/4-inch variety to tack these straps down to the bag panel. I haven't tested it on grain on grain. I've only tested it on flesh on flesh. This is an interesting leather, very smooth. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of doing this. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. I know this is like watching paint dry. Okay, finally I'm done. All right, so now I'm going to mark these Right now, I'm sure that's the right way. It is. It is. So that'll sit like that. This pocket will be under here. And then the other strap on this side. And with the power of AI, it's done. No. What did I do with my little tools that I made? Oh, there they are. This looks part of the, I don't even know if this is going to be right geometry. Oh yeah. So I made these this little jig here. I don't know if you can see it, maybe on the gray one. It's got these little notches in there, and it's perfectly centered where I want my straps to go, so I don't have to do any measuring. I can just lay that on the panel and wow, Bob's your uncle. So that'll be fun. Let me cut some fabric for that real quick. See, what else can we do? We can do some markings on the leather. This needs to be attached to the bond text. Do some layout marks on the outer panels. Stitch on the handles, and away we go. I guess this is the time to maybe ask you guys, one pocket, one slip pocket, or two slip pockets on the outside? What do you think? One or two slips. If you want two, I'll have to make another piece. Until then, I'll just do some layout stuff. This is probably one of my oldest tools in the shop. Is a standard piece of aluminum flat bar, 1/2 inch by 3/8. Super handy. Three-eighths there. Ace. If I was really fancy, I'd make another jig to make these markings, but I'm not that fancy. Okay, as I recall, Mark will make it easier to line up to the side seam later on. Is that Fabric Cafe Facette? If you know that, you're probably gonna win the lotto. You're really good if that's what it is. Wow, that's impressive. Let's see, probably one big enough for a phone. So one pocket or two pockets? One of each, then you're unstoppable. I was hoping you guys would just say one. I'm so lazy. Yeah, it's Philip Jacob Cafe Facette. Yeah, as this, I suppose this other one is that way too. I'll tell you what, although is this designer is, yeah, it's the same designer, is very proud of their fabrics. And we have a probably 10 miles from us in Mount Vernon, they have a really great quilting shop, and they have tons and tons of stuff. So it's kind of fun to go in there. It's really fun to go in there as a male and buy fabric. They look at me a little crazy, but it's fine. Why everybody has a stereotype, you know? You make bags? Weird. I don't know. Is it weird? Maybe it's weird. I guess I'm probably an anomaly. Shelby says that I'm an enigma. Okay. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Let's cut up some Fabrico. I think I'll give it a little. So kind of interfacing I have. Use this stuff. Do I have any of the other stuff? Let's see here. Yes. Look at that. It's almost like it was made for that. Oh, does that matter if it's on there? I don't. What do I know? I'm a guy. The what do you call it? What do you call the holes at the end of the fabric? See, I don't know anything about fabric. Just enough to be dangerous. I'm so fussy about stuff. This literally does not matter what way this goes. All right, done with this for now. The main bag liner will be made out of, or interfaced with this stuff. This is called Bouncy Firm. I don't know if the name has changed or if it's still around or what, but this came from over the pond from Cereal Bag Makers, I think, sells that stuff. Awesome stuff. So that'll be what gives this bag structure. All right, what's next? We need to probably interface this. And that's going to go on the Paquito. Give that a little, I don't know. Should I give it 1/2 inch seam allowance? That's fine. That needs to be stitched first before we can do anything. Let me go turn the heat press on. Hopefully it doesn't blow a fuse up here. Cross your fingers. So far, so good. Okay. I'm waiting for that to warm up. Yeah, so we'll stitch this onto the liner. And then we'll do a maybe a double stitch at the top. And then I'm going to lay out these guys. Actually, I can just start on this while the heat press is warming up. Let's get out the old Stink Pot Hyper Stick 9000. It's wildly sticky. It smells so bad. I don't know how you guys like that stuff. It's terrible. What do you want, Odin? Let's try one right in the center. That'll work. Eco Stick, not Eco Stick, Hyper Stick. See how this strap is kind of twisted like this? I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. See how it's kind of twisty? That's because when I started to fold these ends in, you start from the center. If you start from the center and work your way out, and start your way and go the opposite way, you won't wind up with a curly strap like this. Here's my tip for the day. I know, tell me about it. It's almost lunchtime, isn't it, Ode? Yeah, see how curly that is? And see how, well, it's still a little curly, but not as curly. Flat that is. Rookie mistake. It'll be fine. We have big sewing machines to take care of that problem. So I can definitely tell you this works fantastic on the grain side of leather. I'm just going to have to get over the fact that it stinks. And I'll have to do a test to see if I can get it to stop stinking by keeping it out of the package. I will try and report back. Nobody said anything, so okay, one pocket it is. You guys let me off the hook. This is a choose your own adventure bag where you guys choose the adventure. I don't know. It's stupid. Alright. Eco Stick. You stanky. Why did I say Eco Stick? Hyper Stick. No. I don't like it. I don't like it. There we go. Butamus. Okay. Now, did we hear any beeps in the background? I'm not sure. Let's go on an adventure. Need fabric. Fueled by Diet Coke. It's only 260 degrees. So I'll just give that fabric a little shot of heat. Oh boy, what a day. Alright. Let's wait for that to finish warming up and then fuse that together. And then we can stitch that down. Yeah. Let me get that set up while we're waiting. This guy. Do 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 do. What's up, Ode? Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you're having fun watching. Oh, tell your friends. There it goes. Now the dog's wondering what that noise was. Shiny side. Man. Do do do. There we go. I'm gonna shut this bad boy off for now. Don't need it. Don't want it heating up my studio any more than it already has. Yeah, I'll lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. There you go. I'll run over here to Mr. Mr. Juki. Yep, that's what we want. Just got to make sure I remember how to do this stuff. Odin, what's up? Just for fun. Let's use this thing. Hopefully it works. I better test it first. This machine's been my nemesis. Sure. How much stitch length is this? Oh, it's at 8. That's good enough. Let me grab, go back over here real quick. I'm going to tack this seam allowance down a little bit. I can still smell that Hyperstick, man. What time is it getting to be anyway? Do we know? Anybody? It is 11:45. I got about 15 minutes and then I gotta go. So I didn't get a lot done today, but it was fun hanging out with you guys. Not leaving yet, just soonish. I'm gonna tack this down. And this is going to run wild, but that's okay. I'll just trim it off. That way I didn't have to make 2 templates and I didn't have to guess. You know what I mean? Do we like that, or do we like... I like that better, don't you? The finished edge, or the edge with a little fabric. I think like this. What do you think? What are we thinking? Let's just do it that way. It'll be a little bulky there, but it'll be fine. I had a friend of mine that he'd always do some really questionable stuff, like consistently, really stupid stuff. And I tried to ask him, like, hey man, you sure about you want to do that? It's fine. It's fine. It was always fine. Crazy kid. That's not what I wanted. What am I doing? That's not really what I wanted to do. Something like that. Like that. Yeah, just like that. Now we'll run a stitch right here. Hopefully. Whoops. I don't know. Sus. My problem is keeping it straight, because if this is crooked, I'd be really mad. So I'm abandoning ship. Oh, this guy do it. So I have a little more control. I'm probably just run one line of stitching on this one. I'm gonna make sure this old girl's still running. They haven't sewn a stitch in forever. I don't know how it's set up. This is my OG. Dedicated top stitcher. This is the first industrial machine we ever got. I'll never get rid of it. Yeah, see, I'm glad I did that, because what's happened is Mr. Smarty Pants, and this has been sitting so long that oil has, kind of came out of the machine by gravity, got onto all this business, and has wicked its way back up here. So I'm just gonna probably in the bobbin too, would be my guess. I hope not. Yeah, that doesn't really matter, does it? This is a Consew 255 RB-2, circa probably 80s-ish era, I would imagine. Maybe even older than that. There we go. I'll give that a... Lock that down. I like that. Beautiful. Yeah, let's just run with one line. What the heck? Looks good. Oh, yeah, that machine actually has very, very little use on it. I I got that, boy, 6 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, maybe. I don't even know. I haven't used it a ton. But when I got it, it was, I picked it up from a lady that had an old, I don't even know what kind of, some sort of garment making business of sorts, and it was covered in mouse or rat droppings, and the rodent had got in there and ate a piece of the timing belt off, and so it wouldn't sew right. So I was like, well, I'll pay $800 for it. She couldn't have shaken, you know, that was it. Sold. I'm like, oh man, I probably could have got it way cheaper. So I took it home and took it all apart. I have a video on that thing actually on my channel. And after getting it all back in time, putting a new timing belt on it, it is a chore to do. It still wouldn't sew right. And I let it sit around for a couple years, and then about, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, I brought it down to the mechanic, and lo and behold, it sews. Those machines are super expensive, brand new. I'm tempted to sell it if I could get, you know, anywhere close to, you know, the money for a new one, but I don't know who's in the market for a fixed width, you know, double needle post. Probably not very many people. Wouldn't be knocking the doors down to get it. Anyway, let's roll over to the other. Yeah. this. See how I ran this wild? That's you know, totally fine. I don't mind wasting the fabric because I don't have to make another template. So we can just buzz this off. Probably should have basted that on. Rats. All right. You talked me into it. Except not on that machine. We're gonna do it on this machine. Whoops. Bingo, bango, bongo. Okay. Now we can get serious. Get serious about this job. Now, see? My clever little... Actually broke this one taking it out of the 3D printer. But it's fine, it'll work. Maybe. It's in the, like... practically gonna break off. This one's not broken though. We'll use this one. So these are gonna get hidden under here. Let's see. Like I said, we're winging this. This is gonna come over 1/2 inch-ish, like so. I want that to be somewhere in there. So whatever that is. Is that an inch? That'll work, whatever this is. Sorry about my big melon being in the way here. Awesome. Okay. Oh, man. Oh yeah, that's killer. Let's put some adhesive on there and run it. I think that's gonna be good. because I don't have a lot of wiggle room at the bottom, so it's going to have to work. Stinky Eco Stick, here we go. I keep calling it Eco Stick. It's Hyper Stick, dude. Get it fixed. All right, we all good to go here? Okay, well, here goes nothing. Hmm. I know I'm splitting hairs, but I'm gonna get that other piece. Getting warm up here. It's quitting time almost. Let me stitch this side on, and that'll probably do it for me for today. But that's where we're at. I'll be back. I'll be in the studio most of July. If I'm feeling good enough, I'm going to be making recorded videos too. No turning back now. Well, there it is. Oh no. We'll base that on too. And we'll keep working on the next one. Until then, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you soon. If you haven't already done so, hey, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and you know, all that good stuff. I appreciate it.